So we were saying about beryllium, the anomalous behavior of beryllium compared to others, because it is because of the small size and high ionization enthalpy. So because of this, it forms compounds which are mostly covalent. Okay, and the type of so compared to other alkaline earth metals which form compounds which are more ionic, this is a covalent. So not only in this thing the ionization enthalpy is high, so the behavior of beryllium differs from other alkaline earth metals in many ways. Okay, so compounds which are not which are most covalent are formed by beryllium. And not only this, they have they actually it doesn't the coordination number of beryllium can be maximum of 4. Is maximum of 4 because there are no vacant d orbitals, because it doesn't have vacant d orbitals. Whereas for others it is 6. Okay, the coordination number is very much less, that is 4 compared to 6 of others. And not only that, the oxides and hydroxides of beryllium, their oxides and hydroxides are amphoteric in nature. They react with both acids and alkalis. So beryllium is having a diagonal relationship with aluminium. Okay, because many of the properties of beryllium compares with that of aluminium, in the sense they don't, both of them do not easily react with acids, especially dilute acids. They don't react with the dilute acids because of the formation of a green film on the surface. So green film on the surface, because of which they are not able to, they don't readily react with acids. And of course with the excess hydroxides, or with the excess alkali, they form berylate ion. This forms a berylate ion. The excess alkali, this forms berylate ion, whereas aluminium, it forms aluminate ion. This is berylate and aluminate. Okay. And of course, if you take beryllium and aluminium, they also do diagonal relationship not only with these properties, but also it has their chlorides and of aluminium both are not soluble only in inorganic solvents. Both chlorides soluble, chlorides of both soluble only in organic solvents. They are both soluble in organic solvents. Okay, so whereas all the other chlorides are very polar in nature. This is since they have a covalent nature. They don't are soluble. They are not that easily soluble in water, but they are soluble in this thing. They have tendency to form complex ions. Both have tendency to form complex ion like BeF4 2 minus and AlF6 3 minus. They have greater tendency to form complex ion. That's how they resemble each other in similar properties. So beryllium, aluminium are supposed to be having diagonal relationship. So some of the important compounds of this group is calcium oxide or quicklime. This is obtained by heating heating calcium carbonate between 1070 to 1270 Kelvin in a rotary kiln. We get calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide, but this is a reversible process, so carbon dioxide has to be removed as and when it is formed. Okay, so this is the commercial preparation of calcium oxide. Calcium oxide is known as a quicklime, and the calcium oxide readily reacts with water to form calcium hydroxide, or this is called slaked lime. Quicklime becomes slaked lime, and the calcium oxide also reacts with the carbon dioxide to give calcium carbonate, which we have already seen. Okay, so this not only that, with this being a basic oxide, it also reacts with SiO2 to form calcium silicate, and it also reacts with calcium oxide reacts with P4O10 to give calcium carbonate, calcium phosphate. Okay, so these are the things, and regarding the uses of calcium oxide, is used in the manufacture of cement. It's a very cheap alkali. Okay, and it is also used in the preparation of calcium oxide and then calcium carbonate and all other compounds of this type. Okay, and other really important product is calcium hydroxide or slaked lime. Calcium hydroxide is prepared by action of adding water to this thing to give calcium hydroxide, or this is called the slaked lime. This calcium hydroxide is actually is a very good agent as a whitener, and this calcium hydroxide also reacts with carbon dioxide. This calcium hydroxide reacts with carbon dioxide to give calcium carbonate, and with the excess carbon dioxide, it becomes calcium bicarbonate. Okay, so this is about the reaction of calcium hydroxide. Otherwise, the calcium hydroxide is also reacts with this is a very important reaction of calcium hydroxide that reacts with the chlorine. Reacts with the chlorine to form CaOCl2. Okay, this is called the bleaching powder. This bleaching powder is a very good this thing as a antibacterial and antiseptic. Okay, also for cleaning of purification of water. So what if, regarding the uses of calcium hydroxide, it is used in whitewashing because of its this thing. Okay, it is used for preparation of bleaching powder. Okay, also used in actually in purification of sugar.